getting that W yesterday. Seattle, that parade's gonna be propping. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, just look for hidden agendas. I think Seattle's dealing with like a crazy homeless, money. So they needed this Super Bowl more than people think. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Patriots played like trash yesterday. I didn't even see Diggs doing his thing, but it was a good Super Bowl. Uh, the best part of the Super Bowl 50 in my eyes was Bad Bunny's halftime performance. Shout out to Bad Bunny. He killed it, lit it up, made it look like Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? And this is a random. This is a quick message. Fuck all you manipulating bastards. I hate manipulators. I hate people always trying to make other people feel bad. Other people feel a certain way about their life as opposed to why, you know, we're living a different life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to jump off that ship in order to, breathe. A lot of people love to misery loves company. That's what the fuck it is. Misery would always love company. That shit knocks on everybody's door. It's only up to you if you want to jump in that, passenger seat and ride with that misery. Not me. I keeps it pushing, man. My happiness supersedes everything. I am not dealing with nonsense, made up shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever happy. We got to get past this, man. The world is spinning, and there's bigger fish to fry, bigger problems, bigger issues going on in this world. We don't need to be, making our parents feel like they didn't do the greatest job. We don't need to do none of that. You need to maintain you, concentrate on you, and figure out why you're not doing the right thing, why you're not, motivating yourself. You know, in my day, your parents did ever so much that they can do. And now you fast forward, these motherfucking employees make these parents work fucking Monday through Sunday now. Can't even see your kids, can't even see your damn mattress. So it's a weird world, man, we're living in. And I hate manipulators. I hate people always trying to, you know, make shit a certain way so they could get their plate. They just mad that they not getting money spent on them. They not getting, clothes every 2 days. They not, blowing the bag. That's what the fuck it really is, man. I'm telling you, we're in a weird place right now, a very strange place. And I feel like manipulation is the top tier. Um, like it's something we all have to deal with. You know what I mean? You have to deal with people constantly making you feel bad for the choices you made. And that's not right, man. That's not right at all. Like life is supposed to be lived, not you getting dragged down. Yo, shout out to everybody in the building. What up? Seattle Seahawks caught that W. Bad Bunny, random. Bought the Boricua out of me. Shout out to Boricua, Puerto Rico. Ho! Thumbs up, like and subscribe. If you subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. You know how that slogan go. Got the Dipset hoodie on. We looking real fabulous, you heard? What up, Mason? Mason back in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for my dude Mason. What up, Pa? How you, man? Hope everything good. I think you subscribed. If not, sub and give me that thumb up. Let my shit blow up. Let's get monetized and let's see where this channel go. You know what I mean? Tani, Tania Rose, what up? Evan Bailey, W Mason in the chat. Yeah, what up, everybody? I'm feeling the video of the lives. Y'all making this chat fire right now. Here's a heart, in fact. Hold that. Y'all be giving out hearts. I'm giving out mine. Psst, even if it's two. What? This shit is Dipset, my nigga. How's this shit? And that's another thing. Yo, what the rainbow going supposed to be mad? They took the rainbow's colors. I remember. Look, look at 43, my age. I remember motherfucking being in school, making those same colors, and nobody would say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Gay used to mean that you was like what's the word? Gay means like happy. They twisted the whole language up on y'all. So no, these are Dipset colors. I don't even know. This shit don't even have the same colors. Like what the fuck? Look, with the red over here, shit. Yo, I already know who that is. You gotta create another name. Just to handle me? Get over yourself. Come on, Evan. You gotta do better, gotta try harder, you know what I mean? This is not that channel. But what up, y'all? How we doing? How we living? Shout out Idol from the Philippines. Shout out Tyson. What up, Ty? That's a fact. That's a fact. I like you, Julio. What up, Ho? Ban ASAP. If my moderator was here, we would have got Evan out of here ASAP. But shout out to everybody, man. Now we on 15. I got 2 thumbs up. We living, we shining. You know what I'm saying? We trying to do the best we can do, everybody. Remember that one. Let the vibes, go through the screen and feel it. It's a pity that I don't understand anything. That's a damn shame, Roscoe. But shout out to Roscoe, man, in the building. Thank you for the support, everybody. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the, just coming on my channel means a lot to me. I'm just gonna say that. And the reason why I'm wearing the sunglasses is because these are the Gen 2s, the Meta Ray bands, and I'm utilizing the microphone on them. It makes it sound better. Can I translate my words? I think I'm speaking perfect English, my G. You know what I mean? But shout out to the haters. You can't, we can't live without you guys. You know what I'm saying? We always need dick riders. You know what I'm saying? These balls aren't meant for you guys to hang on, but if you guys want to hang, I'll let you hang. But shout out to everybody that comes in here and speaks like a normal human and acts like a normal human. The trolling shit is cool, but I always wondered how come you guys troll online, but then in real life you get bullied. Where's the where's the hardcoreness for in person, people in person? Where's that energy? You know what I mean? Nigga said I made you big. What the fuck? I'm not even monetized, nigga. What did you make? Did you buy me this hoodie? Cash at me some money, and then we talk about you made something. And I don't even put my cash app up there like that. I don't need bread from y'all. I need y'all just to listen to the message I'm delivering. This world is not playing. That's the thing. You guys are playing too much. That's why your generation is ending the way it's ending. Because you playing too much. You talking too much. You're not listening. You know what I mean? We got one person saying he can't understand English, and then another person acting like, you know, and with a name like Even Bill, like, come on, son. I know you just made that account. Like, who is you? Be honest and be real. Be honest and be real. But shout out everybody. I hope you guys had a great Super Bowl party. We had the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl 50. That's a great number, by the way. That's what's up, man. I got the dollar joints. You know what I'm saying? These shits is a dollar. You know what I'm saying? By the way, these are the meta joints. So, yeah, shout out to my little corny, you know what I'm saying? Dipset hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chain. You know what I'm saying? When you mad you don't got jewelry? I'm never gonna get away from the camera, homie. What you think? Your words, my nigga. At my life, I dealt with real shit, right? I'm from New York City, so everything was in the streets, meaning like you walking, you're not driving past people, so you could bump somebody, and next thing you know, you scrapping, right? I don't do. I know you seen it, so cop it, nigga. It's on Timu. I want to see you cop this. Then it's on Timu. Cop it, my nigga. And don't use your mom's credit card. Copy yourself. But yeah, man, back to me, man, because none of that distraction actually means something to me. You know what I'm saying? The only people I cherish is my real fan base, the people that come on here, look at my shorts, enjoy my channel, and you know what I'm saying? But systematically, we figure out who you guys are and we get rid of y'all. You know what I mean? But I already knew you was a little nigga, you know what I'm saying, acting out of your face. Cause I know in real life, if I seen you in person and you talked a little bit like this, yo, homie, yo, family, and I ain't even squeezing it tight, yo, family. I give you the two-piece and a biscuit and a side of fucking soda. You heard? Your shits ain't even hitting though. They're not even funny, my nigga. Can we try harder? Can we try harder? The person that lives with six other people and two babies, can we try harder? You know what I mean? I already know where half of you accounts are from, so why you acting like I don't know your location? Try harder. You're supposed to be on a field trip right now. Do you? Get off my Johnson, you heard? I know my shit swing, but damn, man. But back to me. Look, Super Bowl, amazing performance by Bad Bunny. I enjoyed it. It was amazing. It was kudos to him. He brought out Ricky Martin, bro. And let me tell you, in the early 2000s, Ricky Martin, I would say, was the Bad Bunny back then. You know what I mean? He was the Boricua. He had, joints that would hit the radio, and then he had little salsa hits that would hit the, Puerto Rico. I'm not, yo, dude, your shit is just, all it is just scrolling up, family. But yeah, man, shout out to Bad Bunny. My man had a great performance. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that he had the football, almost addressing like, yo, Puerto Rico, we a Commonwealth. We understand. You know what I'm saying? Our football is football too. It's not football soccer. You heard? Like, but shout out to everybody, all races. You know what I mean? It was a good football game. Very defensive. I admit that it was a very defensive sport. You know what I mean? The fact that they had what was it, like three field goals before half, so it was like 9-0 or something like that. But yeah, man, it was a cool game. It wasn't that much offensive. I wish, Diggs, ran it up a little bit, but it was cool. It was a cool game, you know what I mean? But once again, that fucking halftime show, what a great performance. Um I don't know. You could just imagine what a performer is going through, like standing in front of, 60K or, millions viewing you on TV. You can't make a mistake. You got to be, almost a perfectionist. And, at the same time, a lot of these performers are dancing, doing things, so it was a cool performance. You know what I mean? Right. But I'll tell you this, right after halftime, the game was off, boy. We saw Wrecking Crew with Dave Batista and Jason Momoa. Y'all gotta check out Wrecking Crew. It was a good movie, very playful, funny, and that's we miss movies like that without hidden agendas, without trying to pump some type of political farce. You know what I mean? It was just a cool movie, and I enjoyed it from beginning to end. So go check out Wrecking Crew, Jason Momoa, and David Batista, and the Asian kid that and Spider-Man, he's Spider-Man's friend, Ned, I think. He was in there, and his role was just wow because he was cursing. Like, it was the opposite of the nice guy in Spider-Man. But great, great, great movie. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. And I'm rewatching Attack on Titan. Shout out to anime, man. Uh Started solo leveling. I like that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I just like shows when they yeah, Christy in the building. What up, man? I'm a nun. I pledged 53 years in the Roman Catholic Church. Bless you. Bless you too, man. You know what I'm saying? Continue that energy. Thank you for your service. And yeah, there's only the God you believe in, let's just say, But yeah, we have to have some type of faith, y'all. But what up, Christy? I hope everything good. I hope you peeped the Super Bowl. If you haven't, uh, at least go on YouTube and look at the halftime show because Bad Bunny had a dope performance. He made it look like it was the island, Sugar Canes, the dude with the hat, and then they panned it to the coqui. He had some clothes on. So the coqui is a lizard. I thought it was a frog, but it's a lizard, or it's our mascot, and it makes a cookie, cookie. It makes like a little whistle. Yo, that kid in the building. What up, that kid? Yeah, I know you, kid. How you doing, man? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. But yeah, Christy, I appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with the kid. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Thank you for rocking with me, man. No más say domo arigato, pa. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for rocking with me as usual, man. Always, I appreciate support. I appreciate when you guys give me thumbs up. I just appreciate everything. You know what I mean? And I'm just a humble dude. You know what I mean? I'm not my expectations for this. I do have a manifestation wanting this to blow up. I do see myself there, but at the same time, I'm humble enough to like, you know, yo, kid, yo, you gonna get the bells. You gonna get the bells, kid. I appreciate you, Pa. Thank you for rocking with the kid. Random, Zay Dollar, Zay Dollar, Zay Dollar. And if you don't know, I made two videos, two AI videos. I typed in King Kong chasing a car, and then I typed in a cat counting money, wearing a jumpsuit, and it gave me that. And yeah, just go watch that video. Sky looking bomb today too. Yeah, and it was actually chilly today, so I don't know. Is it chilly where you guys are? I know definitely for you, Christy, it's probably cold as ice. Be right back. Yo, kid, thank you for rocking with me. Come back if you can. If not, thanks for your support and your time, man. Time means everything, you know what I mean? So thank you. Heart for you. But yeah, man, it was a good one. Like I said, Super Bowl 50. Got a little warm up today, actually, almost 30. Yeah, that's what 30 and shit, right? Like, damn, man. We'll take 30, right? Like, whew. I just got cold. Are you made? No, nah, not yet, man. It's true though, right? Like it is though. That shit had me dying right now. It's like, yo, it's warmer than right the negatives and the tens and shit. So I dig it. Yo, I know. Yo, tell me when you like it's gotten colder from previous times, like when I was a little kid. I feel like, right? So you jump in the car, you're heating it up. It's like ice on your windshield, ice in like all the windows are icy. You know what I'm saying? You even the keyhole. Yo, shout out to cars that thought it was a brilliant idea to make the handle non-visible. Like you got to push a button for the handle to pop out. Some of them you have to push the key, or on Cybertrucks there's like a button next to it. But long story short, I saw videos where when it gets very cold, like it gets stuck, right? So people are like, and it can't even get in your own 80,000, $100,000 automobile. What is going on? So the car industry, please bring back the shift knob. You know what I mean? Park, neutral, drive, reverse, whatever the order is. Thank you, that kid. Welcome back. Welcome back. But can we please? Because I saw, like I said, Cybertruck. I like it. Right? It looks cool. Nene, what up? How you doing? Thank you for rocking with me as usual. We just talking about the Super Bowl. Bad Bunny had a great performance. You know what I mean? And of course, you girls do your thing, man. But Nene, it's a pleasure always. Thank you for rocking with me. But yeah, they made these cars where the handle is in, ice be freezing it, and then they got a video. Of course, a lot of people seen this probably, but there's no knobs in the newer trucks, right? Cybertruck specifically. So you literally have to go into your menu and hit the button that says open glove compartment. You literally have to go into the menu if you want to lower your AC. But if you're driving, that's not a good thing to be. You know what I mean? Like, yo, let me tell you how scary this is. There's been situations where literally I'll look at my phone and then look up and I gauged it like, yo, that car is like, okay, by the time, yo, you know what I mean? Like that quickly. I remember my man's, we going down, da, 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 da. He's like, yo, look at Shorty over there. We look 2 seconds, boom. We hit the car so little, but it was a truck. The top of his hood bent in. And this is back in the day, so we kind of stole the car from his mom's. Like, yo, so he was jumping on top of it, trying to flatten it out. Diabolical, diabolical. I think he said that another car backed in and whatever. But Yeah, man. Bring back just knobs and buttons. And yo, you guys got to understand. They said that it's cheaper to make it where it's just a computer screen doing everything. Like it's cheaper. Like the knobs and all that other shit. You know, the knobs like cold. All that was more expensive. But it's funny if it was more expensive. The car. I don't know. This industry is weird. And another thing. I saw a thing about like cars that stay on the lot. Let's say it's like a 2025 GMC, right? GNC, whatever. Yo, the car, instead of lowering the price and trying to sell it, they would rather it either sit there or they'll junk it, crush it, and just write it off at like insurance. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys rather not just like rent, like you rather not lower your shit to 1,000 a month to get. They rather let it sit empty. I don't understand the greed in this world. Not all of us are supposed to go to Dubai and ride yachts. And I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, we don't deserve that, but and how we were brainwashed was you got to work hard for it. You know what I mean? Just like the barbers that are charging 100. They're figuring like this. If I do 5 cuts in a day, that's $500. No, that's great math. But if you do 40 dollar cuts and you get 10 people, you got 400, and that's still amazing. 400 times 7, that's about 2,800. 2,800 times, you know what I mean, the 4 weeks joint, you know what I'm saying, you making about 8 bands, 9 bands. Oh yeah, California, Judge Rule, California. I'm a Brooklyn, New York native, born and raised in East New York. I ventured on this side, happily married, and I'm just chilling. But yeah, man, you know, mama from Michigan. We got Detroit in the building. Let me tell you, I think I went in the year 2004 to Michigan, right? And this is weird. Like the mayor at the time was like at nighttime to save money because they were going through the money. I think this maybe it was after '08 or whatever. I think it was the '04, '05. But long story short, to save money, they would literally have like it was so dark in Detroit back then. Like the only light that we seen driving was a liquor store. And liquor store, I don't know why this liquor store was bright. I'm talking about fluorescent, like LED lights. It was just white too. But yeah, New Jersey, yo. Shout out to Newark. Shout out to PA too. PA, look, people just and thank God for remote work nowadays. That's why they're trying to mess up the system because a lot of people were smart enough to move somewhere else for that same money and get something bigger. And PA is beautiful. You know what I mean? It gets cold. It's the East Coast. You know what I mean? It gets cold and has its nice summers. You know what I mean? I know, Christy. We driving and we just see this wong, wong. You know, I'm doing the noise, like the just the energy from it, and we're like, oh my god, like it's crazy. But shout out to Detroit. We ended up going into a casino that let us go into Canada for free 99 without a passport. So yeah, shout out to that. And I didn't even know that that's how close Detroit is to. We got to do our history, our knowledge. I love information, but yeah, Detroit was like right there. Like we literally went to a casino and you could cross and now you're in Canada. And I always wanted to go to that place in America where you're standing and you're in 4 states. I think it's like Arizona. Um, I forgot, but it's one of them cool joints I always wanted to do. But yeah, I love traveling. I love traveling. I like, you realize how when you go out of state or out of town, like folks are nicer than New York City people, but it's just it's fun. You know what I mean? It's fun to travel. I'm not saying if you don't have money, do it, but if you have a couple of dollars, take vacation and jump in a car with your peoples, a rental or whatever, and just go have fun. Ain't nothing like, a road trip with your peoples. Conversations are fire, listening to various musics, because everybody, we all different plated in the eardrums. But yeah, man, that liquor store was glowing. I was like, wow. But shout out to Bad Bunny. I'm gonna keep saying his name, man. I'm gonna just name this shit Bad Bunny Super Bowl. Cause gosh dang it, it was amazing. You know what I mean? It was very cool listening to him, and then there was my man's hit me. He's like, "Yo, there's this bet." By the way, he almost made $1 million in Bitcoin. But um there was this actual bet that if you could bet to see which five songs or songs that he was gonna go with. So that's cool. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about buying a Winnebago and travel to USA. Yo, if you could afford it in it, I say buy the Winnebago anyway, just in case, right? I'm a scary dude, right? I'm one of them that's like I used to have the army food is like in a green zip, like nasty. I mean, it's edible, right? It's survival. It's like a survival thing. But then I started switching it into like if it happens, it right? Like I don't want to prepare. I'm scary, you know what I mean? Let's just say that. Like I'm scared of what the future holds sometimes because, they say you're in control, but you're really not. What up, Papa? But that Winnebago, man. Yo, you know what's wild? There was a fire over here. Watch my videos. I had Little Wayne Fireman music in the background, but there was a fire and it was like a RV that was on fire. And we drove by today and I saw it. Wow, beautiful RV. One of them big, you know what I'm saying? Them joints that look like it's a house, you know what I mean? But damn, man, I hope they have insurance or something, right? Hope it was like a faulty wiring situation. Yo, I always imagine this. Me formulating a group where somebody actually owns the land, so we're not trespassing, right? But we could just like, and like you said, off the grid, man. I want to start detaching from electronics because they're listening. How do you say something and then there's an ad posted literally 2 seconds later? You could be talking about baloney. Never seen an ad in your life, baloney ad. You could be talking in the car. Remember that I did a joint about some lady got into a fender bender. I was getting insurance ads and shit like, yo, you got into a and no, I mean, nigga, I was just but how you know? It's very spooky, very spooky. But I'm like my mom's very they a worry ward they used to call people like that. But I think it's more like just prepared, you know what I mean? Like because you got DNA in us that, it just anxiety, all that shit is past generations. So we carried a lot of this. That's why when it's dark, we always have that what's under the bed when you're younger, right? Ooh, what's in the closet? Nothing. You know what I mean? Ma, I swear I saw something. But yeah, man, off the grid is one of the smartest things that I feel like more communities should do in order to survive. Like it would be amazing if we Nene, that is wild and scary. No? Off the wall shit, probably, right? Part of my, but damn, man. I was always, like I said, yo, they got technology now where if you miss a payment on your car, they could shut your car. Yo, some lady, peep this story. Random. Everybody, peep this. So, some lady is driving. I think she owed on her, I think it was Ford or something, whatever. I don't want to say, you know what I'm saying? But she's driving a car and I think she missed the payment. They cut the car off, not knowing she was on the highway. Almost, I think she did get into an accident. Almost collided with a fucking 18 wheel, like crazy. Like, what is you doing? Like, stop this subscription based for heated seats on the Beamer, but they scratched Like, stop! You guys have enough money. How much do you want? Yo, let me tell you a secret. You want to know why the middle class looked amazing in the 80s and 90s? Because there was no billionaires yet. There was money circulating. The most we heard was millionaires. Remember we were younger, we never thought you would say they would go million. What's after a million? A billion. What's after a billion? Like people was like, we don't nobody got there yet. And then you figured out it's trillion, quadrillion. We used to say like a million, quadrillion, quadrillion, billion. I got how much money you got in your pocket? A million, a gajillion, a gajillion, nigga. But like they allowed, remember, money is a resource. They allowed money to keep circulating in the streets, middle class. You know what I'm saying? Think about it like this. They used to have food stamp booklets, like food stamp cash. So it wasn't like so, and they could only buy certain items. How the fuck we messed up that system? How the fuck EBT be giving somebody 3 bands food and then another 1,500 2 bands cash? And then they paid $20 for their apartment. And then when they were going to cut it off, they had zero in their savings. What is, why are we spending so much? Like, why are we buying this consumer shit? Is it's scary because how many times you go into a mall and you're like, a dead ass, I'm not buying nothing, and leave with a bag. Dead ass, what happened? You probably got things and clothes. You ever looked in your crib and it's like, oh shit, look at this old device, this old iPad. What? I still yo, like iPods in the drawer, all type of old phones. Yo, my man used to keep all his shit, right? So I used to be scared, like, yo, you got the Nextel or BlackBerry. Remember the sidekick? Yo, we went through so much joint, and now we just sticking with this one monopoly. I can't wait to get a BlackBerry. I'm done with iPhones, man. And the thing is, you got integrated so well. Somebody ever handed you an Android phone and you looking at it like, what the fuck is this? You like, what? Yo, how you go back? Like, how you go? Yes, Net. Yo, yeah, that's a fact, and I love it. They're buying vinyl players. They're looking into cassette Discmans. They're purchasing actual albums now. Like, yes, yes. You know why? Because that stupid guy said, "Yo, you'll own nothing and be happy," right? Remember something like that, like those, and it's like, yo, that is spooky as hell. And then I'm happy, you know. Our cribs used to look like this: a bunch of albums, a bunch of DVDs that you could own. We actually owned that. Like, you could play that movie whenever you wanted. Like, there was no subscription. There was no Netflix took it off their thing, and now you got to get Hulu. Yo, you own you. Yo, The Office. I had Seinfeld. I had Dave Chappelle. Remember Dave Chappelle? Yo, I bought that boy's joint ASAP season one, two, and three, I think. But yo, and whenever you wanted to watch it, you put it in your disc player and you watch. And you know the other difference is we wasn't scanning through a million shows trying to figure out which show we want to watch, right? And let me tell you, numbers are huge. You ever look at the rating system sometimes and like you don't want to see a movie because they say it's 40%, but then your man just kind of telling you, yo, that's a good movie. Why not? Like, I don't like numbers, man. They made me skip movies that I should have watched. They make you, I don't know. Every damn thing is moolah now. Everywhere you turn. Like, yo, mom's rent, and a lot of the cribs used to do heat, gas, electricity free, right? You just pay the rent and the cable bill. She didn't indulge in credit cards yet. Um, little, I guess the other little bills here and there, maybe the car, you might, whatever. But like, yo, now you look at an average parent's joint, you got Spotify, YouTube, that's just, then you got the PlayStation or Xbox subscription for their kid. Then you got yeah, and that is our dopamine hits were coming, but it wasn't at the expense of a fucking dollar point every 2 seconds. Like, think about it like this: people that be playing PlayStation, right? You on a subscription. Let's say one month you, oh shit, yo, some of those games you can't even play. A lot of games need online, so you better have Wi-Fi in the crib. Yo, some lady was like this. Her Wi-Fi went out. She looked around her apartment. She was like, yo, my apartment's useless. She had the lights connected. I mean, I think she could still, but yo, a lot of these cribs, everything is connected to the phone. Your LG, your TV, got an app for it. This, like, what's this about? Everything has an app for it now. And then it has a little dollar line where it goes, yo, but you could pay premium. You don't need it, but you could pay premium so you don't see ads or like things that they incur. Like, they giving us solutions for shit that they making up. Like YouTube wasn't that bad with the ads. You would get like a 3-second ad and then you could watch your video. Now they made the ad longer, so it feels like you need that the premium service. So you who wants to and when you think about it like this, if you add up all those little ads, 5 seconds here, 10 seconds, that shit, yo, that's like 3 months of your life in real life of just you watching ads. I'm done. I'm tired, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out other ways to get dopamine hits or pleasure. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop, like, shout out to the people that are working and you got a job, but stop thinking that that corporation or that place is like, you know what I mean? Oh my God, do they not freaking beg? I told somebody about this thing called Just Play. Somebody wanted to know, yo, how can I make money? And I said, yo, download this app called Just Play. You play games. I got almost $2 on it. Maybe 20 cents here, 40 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like they give you, but you can make it's real money. But the thing is, they hit you with so many ads. So just to play one game of solitaire, the shit was like instead of it being like a 5 minute, if you real 5 minutes solitaire, that shit turned into a half-hour journey, b. So they always they monetizing your time basically. That's how come I always reference like, yo, how come somebody works in a factory and can make you a solid object that you purchase at a store and buy, right? But then they're paying $1 million to these streamers for giving us like they say it's content, but it's just how I didn't understand how they paid for it. And viewing, they say views, but what that really means is your soul, your time. Just like that movie with Justin Timberlake. Remember the time? Like niggas, like some nigga knew when he was gonna die because he had like 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Time. And that's what it is. They taking our time. That's why I work 40, 60 hours. They taking your time for that money. It's just wild, man. Like literally, you got people at jobs where they just sit in a desk that they could be doing at the crib, doing nonsensical shit. Your boss creates, yo, I need this at a deadline. How about this? A deadline, then you give the thing on a deadline. Then next week I need another one. But I just what? So what happened to the last one? Yeah, like yo. But then the app, yup, every damn day my Alexa's asking me to upgrade. Yo, you see, Nene? You see? And it's not satisfied with you just having the basic John no more. Like, in fact, it's like they punish you for having the basic necessities. Like, I don't want all the extra that you're creating to block, right? Just act like we used to buy products, and I swear to God, they did what they said. Now your product, yo, you know how many new products I had to send back? Never in my life my mother bought a TV or something that they had to send back. Never. Toys, you know what I'm saying? Everything. Now you got recall, Toyota, 700, not Toyota, but like Ford, or, you know what I'm saying? 700,000 cars recalled. And you're like, what? There's a defaulty thing that makes the gas like, what? People lost they what? Yo, stop making so much shit every year. And that's another thing. Why every year there's a new product? Why do we need a car every year? Just make a good one and then do 5 years and then drop a new car. Give us time to chill with the car we have every damn year. And we're consumers. So what happens? The car got glitter on it. It's shiny. It does this. It parks sideways. Like, of course. But every year there's a new phone, a new this. I wish it was like consoles, like every 6, 7 years, drop a new thing. How many, you know what I mean? That's why I never go with the first version on anything because I know when they drop the second really is the first, but just formulated properly, like these glasses. You know what I mean? But think about Apple when they dropped they Apple VR shit for $4,000. People bought into it, but not that much, not that many, because they had an option. They had a meta version you could buy for 4 or 5. Facts. Shout out to your man, you know what I'm saying? Irish dude. I do listen, I do read, you know what I mean? Shout out to him and you. I hope you guys live, happily ever after type shit, you know what I mean? But stick together. We got to build together because they try to separate us, you know what I'm saying? They really do, very hard. They try to separate us. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you a mechanic and you understand underneath that hood, first of all, they're using the the less of the tier, not even the top of the tier parts. You know what I mean? Some of them they make purposely like weird, so you can't like a mechanic gotta do extra. Like it's just wild, bro. Yo, my man had a 745 Beamer, right? He said the chip fried, the whole car didn't move. A chip, and the chip cost them like 2 bands to replace. Yo, shout out. That's a dope number too. Shout out to the 12. You heard, Nene? Shout out to y'all. Spark that blunt. All right, I'll spark the L. But yeah, man. Do you? What up, Mr. Glock? Welcome back. Yo, shout out to Mr. Glock. I appreciate you, your time. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, Christy in the building still. Yo, Christy, you were always right about my numbers. My shit was saying zero for long, and I knew at least Nene and you were still here. You know what I'm saying? And my wife probably. But yeah, right now I'm in California, man. Born and raised in New York, but I don't. But right now I'm in Cali. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. California, not Los Angeles though. I'm in a town called Victorville. It's all for you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Glock. Stay you, never change, pa. You know what I'm saying? You could just real recognize real. You know how that saying go, pa. But I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got that gumbo. Yo, check this out. My man goes, yo, I got a spot where you could get weed. It's like a dispensary. He said, like, I should have picked that up. We driving. I'm looking for a store. He's like, park right here. I'm looking for a store, right? Park right here. And if you know California, it's like they have these supermarkets, like this one area where all the stores are. But long story short, we go into somebody's house, and in the kitchen, he got all the, all the buckets with different. He's like, yo, once I saw that gumbo, he had some shit called dragon breath or fire breath. Yo, I took a hit on the bong. Yo, I left Earth, y'all. I left Earth. No problem, no problem. Do your thing, Christy. This chat always lit. Yeah, it always is. And we be talking like we always have a adult, and then we switch back to like however I just appease my audience and shit. But it's just the chatter, you know what I'm saying? We're doing our banter, going back and forth. And I love it. It never turns into a debate. It's almost like we're just, sharpening our swords with knowledge and Dipset. Yeah, Nez oppressed. How you, pa? Thank you for rocking with the kid, man. Yep, I got the Dipset hoodie, man. Shout out to Dipset. I always like Jewels and Cameron and Jim. You heard? What up, True Engagement in the back of the. What up, True? How y'all doing, man? Thank you for rocking with me. Here's a heart for y'all. Sub to me. I'm a sub to you. Give me that thumbs up. Let's get this page monetized. Let's do our numbers. And I'm going to take y'all with me out of here. Nobody's doing it like me, man. And I know a lot of people are talking about the world and how things. That's common knowledge, man. But I'm trying to teach self, right? Like, yo, do you first, and then we got this. But I appreciate everybody. Domo arigato, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna say meditate, get your spirit and body right, or your chakras are ticking good. You heard? Thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. Yeah, Liz, rocking the dip set. But I appreciate everybody, man. Yeah, I will. I'll do me, you know what I mean? And I appreciate you too, Nene. But back to that mechanic shit. How many times you lift that hood? It looks like a damn, like you open a computer, fucking, right? Like you lifted a hood on a fucking a tower. But word, shout out to everybody. Anthony! Anthony! I just yo, shout out to Anthony, y'all. Engagement. You heard? Nez. We in the building. Mr. Glock. Nene, of course. Christy, of course. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all. I love, and then y'all do your due diligence and give me a thumbs. I appreciate that, man, so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, y'all. Look at that beautiful view, y'all. Like sometimes just the skies is beauty, right? We be losing our attachment. We too much into these phones. We going like, how you doing today? I'm doing good, Anthony. I hope you saw that Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Thumbs up. Thank you, mama. Thank you, ma. But yeah, the Super Bowl was dope. I liked it. I liked it. I'm gonna say it like that. But I liked the halftime show with Bad Bunny. But what up, Nez? Everybody doing us? Yeah, Anthony. It will cost me a lot to fix my Vede. I'm glad much. Damn, isn't that wild? And yo, tell me y'all ain't scratch. Did a fender bender go to the mechanic? You thinking, yo, maybe 1,000 underneath, right? Yo, he be two bands, three. You're like, fuck it, I'm driving with this shit like this, missing a like. What's going on? Every industry is trying to milk us. The health industry. These the copay used to be $10, $20. Now they're 30, 40. Shout out to Anthony. Yes. Win that money, man. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy. Stay blessed, ba. Damn. But yo, that I think that's what connects us is because the fact that you got that workman, that grind, you know what I'm saying? Stay. I know it's easier just to be like, yo, let me call out, but and it's sad today, like you really need that paper, man. They really trying to squeeze us. But shout out to Anthony, man. Congratulations on that winning that lottery, man. That's what's up. And that should feel good, right, Ant? Turn that five into a hundo real quick. Let me get out of here. You know what I mean? But shout out to you, ma. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody rocking with the kid. And that's the thing, man. Let's go back random. Let's talk about it, man. Like this world is getting a little out of control, man. The pricing, they got to figure out that like the square footage should be like 900, 1,000 for like a studio or one bedroom, but that goes on everywhere, man. You can't, some places, South Carolina, you could get a house for like 850, a month, and then you go to New York City, you're in a box for 2,500, and you're like, it doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? Where I choose to live shouldn't. And then they go, oh, but you're close to the train. You got a laundromat right there. That don't mean, no. I'm paying for this apartment, man, and make it make sense because I'm not everybody's making, seven figures, six figures. And even if you are, you still I've seen people like making 250 and they like, but yo, shout out to everybody. Like I said, man, I appreciate everybody. But learning your mechanic what's under the hood, change. I thought, learning how to change a tire was big to me. You know what I mean? But now, like you said, you flip that hood, you don't know what's going on underneath here. You know, I remember I almost poured, window fluid and like Joe, they be, back in the days, all cars used to like look the same at least, but now you're like, what? Oh shit, I almost poured. It's not right. For real, I pay 1,800 a month for a one bedroom and bath. See, and that's wild, by and you just shout out to you, man. Continue doing that, man. It does. It's just weird. It don't make sense. It doesn't. Like how in the 60s, 70s, one person worked and controlled the fort. You could have a house, a car. You definitely had a TV. Maybe not in every room, but that's not how it was back then. There was only one TV. Everybody went into the living room and everybody got together on what they wanted to see. All right, and boom. But damn, man, it's just the pricing, the food, the this, that like when they gonna stop? And then like they could lower it now. It's like it's still high because they already raised it six times already. You know what I mean? They could say they lowered it. Like sometimes we get happy when we see gas at 389. No, that shit is crazy. Especially after the barrels we stole from whatever country, Venezuela's or whatever that, you know what I'm saying? Damn, man, it's 2,500. That is crazy to hear that, see that number. My wife is doing 17 here, and even that's crazy to me. But it's wild everywhere you go, man. You can't, and it's like it's one of these like where the work is at, you want to kind of live close to your work, right? But if you go two towns out, which is the 3 hour drive, but who wants to keep like they putting us through the ringer, yeah? They're gonna have to do universal money or some shit. Like That's it. Only in America. If you was here from, 60 something to 2000, you're locked into this thing where they give you, 1500 a week, or like they gotta figure something out. We burning money anyway. They tell you to pay your debt, but then you go to New York City and see that debt clock just. I remember, yo, I used to live in New York, right? So I remember going to the city, da 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 da, and then I used to just stand there with a blunt and just. I'm like, how come that shit never ever go down? Like it just, and it's just. You're like, what the fuck is going on with our debt? I thought they owed us. Like, we always helping the world. How come we owe so much? I'm like, I don't get it, man. We gotta like pull a lot of our army from a lot of these countries, these hidden agendas. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, Nene. Bye, Christy. I'm so sorry, ma. Yo, have a great one, ma. So sorry, I just caught that. You know what I mean? But yo, Christy, have a great day. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for your support and your time as usual. Have a great one. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Later, mama. But yeah, and I'm so happy you're about to pay that off. You know what I'm saying? Just and it's a scary thing, like just living to pay, right? Like you're just like, I hope I survive to pay this bitch off. Like, damn. Then you see they got cars now in these weird, saying like weird, like fucking 8 year, 7 year. You know what I'm saying? Like what? A car dies in 5 the way they make them now. Yo, back in the days, you could buy an 82 and it'd be 92 and you were Gucci. My pops was copping Cadillacs back then. Them shits was always moving. Yeah, you might have had a couple little joints, to fix here and there, but damn, these cars, I know people leaving the lot and the shit go boom. Some dude bought a Tesla, parked this shit. The next day it didn't turn on, and then the screen don't turn on, the whip don't turn on. I was like, boom, what the hell? You paying a lot of, and this ain't peanuts we paying. We paying. There's a lot of money. And shout out to the people that went into debt just to see the Super Bowl yesterday. Let me stop. You know what I mean? But yo, I appreciate everybody. You guys have a great day. Thanks for rocking with the kid random. I'm gonna go on later. You know how I does. I'm gonna post my videos. I'm doing some AI joints. I hope you like them. You know what I mean? I'm creating them myself. Yes, I'm just inputting some shit and then, but thanks for rocking with the kid. I appreciate y'all. Bye. Later. Heart up. Peace. Like and subscribe. Say dollars $8 random. Then everybody be good. You heard? Be good, ma. Take care, everybody. That was Rock. Christy, of course. Anthony. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going down the list. You know what I'm saying? Of course, True Engagement, Nez. Everybody be good. I wish you guys blessed times and yeah, just stay alive. You heard? Peace.